Today we're going to be going over the books that I read in July and the books that I'm most excited to read in August. I had one book that was a super highly anticipated new release. I had another book that I had really low expectations for, but I did end up adoring. And then there was one book that I felt like I could pull my hair out and vomit and cry and just like everything just to be done with that book. I feel like that was really, actually, it wasn't that bad. It just like, it wasn't, that makes it seem like it was a bad book. It wasn't a bad book. It just was stressing me out and I just wanted it to be over. So we'll get into it. So this is the first title that I read, Didn't Nobody Give a Shit What Happened to Carlotta by James Hanahan. This book takes place over one 4th of July weekend and follows Carlotta, who is an Afro-Latina trans woman who just spent 20 years in a prison facility for men. In my opinion, this book reads like a conversation with a friend that you love, but sometimes you just want to like reach over and smack her upside the head and be like, girl, why would you say that? Why would you do that? I'm just trying to help you, but I need you to listen to me. I need you to work with me because you love her and you know why she does the things that she does. You know why she is the way that she is. But that does not mean that sometimes you're like, I need you to do better for yourself. Please do better. So that's kind of how I felt about Carlotta. If you like a novel with an unconventional narrative style, then this is definitely the book for you. It's kind of difficult to get into at first, but once you understand what it is, then it is really interesting and immersive to read. I would definitely recommend checking the trigger warnings if you have sensitivities to any of those things. The first book is The Spirit Bares Its Teeth by Andrew Joseph White. Now, this book got under my skin in a lot of ways, but I will discuss it more in my horror vlog, which has not come out because I'm still trying to get scared. I'm still trying to read horror, and so far none of them have really done the job. So once again, please comment below if you have any horror recommendations that you think will genuinely scare me. This book takes place in the 1800s and it follows a trans teenage boy named Silas. Now, Silas was born with purple eyes, and in this world, people who are born with purple eyes, which is rare, can commune with the dead. Now, this society believes that only men should be able to commune with the dead and utilize this power. So women are basically seen as just being sold to the highest bidder, and then they are, of course, like, they want them to have children who hopefully will be a son with purple eyes so that they can continue, you know, this male magical hierarchy. Of course, being transgender in the 1800s, nobody sees Silas as a boy, so of course they don't want him to be utilizing his power. So it just follows him going to this school for wayward girls who have purple eyes, but like something's wrong with them deemed by society. All I have to say is that I really love this book. It was the perfect amount of gore and heartbreak. So if that seems up your alley, I would definitely recommend this book. There were just a few minor things that didn't fully hit for me, and maybe that could be because it's technically YA, so I'm not really the audience, but I gave it a 4.75. This is the book that pissed me off. I went into this book expecting to slay vampires and support housewives and have a good time. And let me tell you, I did not have a good time. This book was a roller coaster because the beginning was captivating, the middle was dull, and then the end was kind of a rush. So I did end up giving it a 3.5 stars, which is kind of funny because I think, like, I didn't think it was a bad book. I feel like all of the negative emotions that it was giving me were on purpose. So that's why it didn't get a low rating. Like, I think it was doing what it was trying to do, but it just really like grinded my gears. Now, the scariest thing about this book is the gaslighting. Like, there's no, the vampire horror element, whatever. The scariest thing are the human men. So that's kind of all I have to say about slaying vampires. So this next book is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim, and this was a very, very highly anticipated new release for me. Now, when I say that this book was a highly anticipated release for me, I had a copy of Monica Kim's archived Reddit post from years ago of the first few pages that she posted of this book. And then when the book actually came out, the first thing that I did, oh my god, this makes me sound crazy. The first thing that I did was copy down the entire like portions of the old like pre-published copy and then the new actual published copy, and then I analyzed all of the differences made between the pre-published first few pages and the old first few pages. okay? I was very serious about this because when I read that Reddit post, it really hooked me. So I was taking this very seriously. I was very committed to Monica Kim's success and publishing this debut novel. So the first few pages actually go over the sequence of events that lead to the title of the book, The Eyes Are the Best Part. Basically, Ji-won and Ji-hyun, they're sisters and they're both Korean American living in California, I believe. And they live in a small apartment with their mom. And their mom is like, I like fish eyeballs, try some, they're good luck. And they're like, absolutely the fuck not. But then, as you can imagine from this beautiful artwork, Ji-won kind of changes her mind about thinking that's so nasty. Interesting. This book is just the latest iteration of the Bunny Curse for me. I read Bunny earlier this year and I was so certain that it was right up my alley. I think I was obsessed with the idea of the book, and then when I finally read it, it just did not live up to everything that I thought it would be. Now, I will say, I like this book more than Bunny. I had a better reading experience than I had with Bunny, and this is Bunny by Mona Awad, by the way. But the entire time, I just felt like I was wanting more. The last book that I read in July was Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon. Now, I do this thing where I read like a light, easy, fluffy to read book when I'm at the gym. It just kind of makes the treadmill go by a lot faster. So I like to always have a physical copy of a kind of chill zone book to read, and that was my chill zone gym read book. I don't really have much to say about it. I knew the basic plot of the book due to pop culture because of the movie coming out a few years ago. I hadn't read the book or seen the movie before, and I still haven't seen the movie. But I just, like, there were no surprises. I do wonder what the reading experience would have been like for someone who had no idea what the plot twist was, but alas, that's just not me, so I did not have that experience. It was a decent book. The reveal kind of felt rushed, but it did its job. It was easy to follow along to at the gym, and it did make me go to the gym more, so everyone say thank you, Nicola Yoon. So that is it for the first portion of the video, which is wrapping up everything that I read in July. And I would like to give a disclaimer. Technically, The Eyes Are the Best Part and Everything, Everything I finished on like August 1st or 2nd, but most of the reading experience was in July, so in my mind, they go with July. So next up is my August TBR. There are 3 books that I'm currently in the middle of, and then I have 2 other books that I will start and hopefully finish by the end of August. So the first book is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, which I'm gonna be truthful with you, I am not enjoying my reading experience so far. I feel like I'm pretty close to DNFing it, so I'm going back and forth between reading the physical copy and listening to the audiobook. And last night I got to a part where the narrator changes to a different character, and I feel like that saved me just a little bit. But honestly, I'm just tired of hearing and reading about puppets. It's just not fun. Like, I wanted a ghost or something, but a puppet? I'm not really vibing with that. The next thing that I'm reading is Ring Shout by P. J. Clark. I will most likely finish it in the next few days because I only have it on Libby for 3 more days, so I gotta get to it. The next book that I'm planning to read is My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I don't really know a lot about the book. I know that it's a horror book. It kind of has to do with slasher films and maybe like a final girl type thing. We'll see. Now, my favorite booktuber did just give this book a 1 star, so we will see. The last 2 books can kind of be grouped together. I've already started this short story collection, 19 Claws and a Blackbird, and then by the same author. I have not started, but I am planning to read in August, Tender as the Flesh. I don't even want to say anything about Tender as a Flesh because once again, I think I've convinced myself that I'm gonna like it. And you see where that keeps getting me. So I'm just gonna go in with clear eyes and no expectations.
People are expecting. People are expecting quite a bit. I see us winning out there tonight. I expect you boys to execute.
Yes, sir.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Can't lose!
And hopefully have a good time, or have a bad time. I don't think it's a book that you like have a good time with. But anyway, Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my July and August TBR and wrap up. If you've read any of these books, especially the ones that I'm going to be reading in August, please let me know what you think. And if you've read The Eyes Are the Best Part, since this is a new release, I would love to hear your thoughts. I realized that I ended that kind of abruptly, so like, bye. I hope you have a great day. I'll probably be back with another video, and I think it might be an in-depth review of The Eyes Are the Best Part.